Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning, Naughty Crew. Welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Naughty. Bring you the latest and trending topics and I vlog my life. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. It was very, very busy, and that's why I was not able to get on. But I missed you all. I hope you all are doing well and having a wonderful start to this work week. Monday. I hate Mondays. Can I tell you, not a girl? I hate Mondays. And then when the summer comes, I always try to take off Mondays. Good morning, grown woman. Good morning, Kim. Thank y'all for joining me. Look, we have a packed show. We have a lot to get into. I have not missed not a beat, okay? Number one, please make sure y'all thumbs up in this video. Like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And share my content out. These are the free ways to support the channel. And of course, donations are always appreciated. Okay? Also, scrolling below is all my free app information. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you name it, we on it. Twitter. Follow us, okay? So I had a great weekend, productive though. Me and my oldest daughter, we did a project together because I needed to get a new TV stand. And so we went to Walmart and I got a nice stand for like $130. It was reasonable, And so we put it together and it was just kind of nice, me and her working together. And we got it done. Girl power, okay? Played some darts this weekend, made some good dinner for Sunday. We had rosemary lemon chicken with string beans and vegetable fried rice. All delicious. Can't wait for lunchtime, okay? Because the leftovers are going to be even better. So So did some housework, dusting down everything, did laundry, make sure I'm straight for the work week, so we could start with sound mind. Solid. Yes, please say good morning to the hostess. Thumbs up this video. Love you all. So let's get into the YouTube drama, okay? Because AT2 woke it up. I want to say it was Friday. He woke it up. I'm not going to play the video because I want y'all to go over to his channel and check it out. So, AT2 and Jaguar fell out for the umpteenth time, okay? And, I really feel Jaguar has created, hey, Juanita, a precedent. It ushered in all of these liars and scammers, okay? And at first she was only going to Black content creators, but she would tear up their platforms with her foul language and stuff like that and get your video demonetized. So all of a sudden she showed up over there with the clear people, okay? And her behavior changed. She got manners. She know how to talk properly with etiquette and things like that or whatever. And I know a lot of people felt like it was exploited. They were exploiting our culture. And talk about topics they really don't have no idea about. All of a sudden they talking about Diddy, Jay-Z, and things like that, right? So people felt like they were exploiting the Jaguars, the Courtney Burgesses, the Adria Englishes, and the Lamishas of it all. Okay, now they all have been proven to be liars. Only thing, Courtney Burgess, out of all of them, he's the only one that has been called to the grand jury because he claimed he had evidence, and we're gonna see what's to come of that. Okay, if they can even use what he has or whatever. So meantime, AT2 has been dealing with Sean Atwood's sort of like producer. His name is Shane, right? Coming over, he came over to AT2's channel a few times or whatever. And the topic, he was up there on Friday, and the topic of race came up. And AT2 did a really, really good job of trying to explain it to him, but he was very, very ignorant. Okay. And one of the things that triggered me that he said, that always triggers me when clear people say this, when he said, I'm not racist. I got black friends. I got a black granddaughter. That always throws me off. I'm sorry. That's not cool or whatever. But AT2 did a good job of explaining and checking his ass. Okay. But he was not really open to what AT2 was saying, because AT2 was saying, like, y'all gonna make me pull up the video because it was a couple days ago. So let me see. Let me pull it up. We just only going to touch on it briefly because I want to get into Twitch brother exposing that Blackfish Fisher, his wife. But AT2 woke it up. Let me see. AT2, where your recent stuff? It was alive. All right, it's called Jaguar Wright and her network of scammers are using Sean Atwood to lie on Diddy. All right, let me see. Let me get this queued up. Please thumbs up the video. And shout out to AT2. Because you know what? That's why they mad, AT2, because here it go. One second, I'm just waiting for the commercial to play. This falls under fair use commentary. Another commercial. AT2, you got all these commercials. Now, Shane is from Sean Atwood's team. Here we go. We only going to touch on this briefly because we got lots to get into. The common remark that does not prove exactly. And the reason why I'm talking about this, Naughty Crew, is because people always trying to claim that racism doesn't exist. It does. But what we're tired of is ignorance. That's what we're sick of. Ignorance. And then they have no empathy, or they can't even acknowledge how them saying phrases like catchphrases like that makes us feel. Let's get into it.
I wasn't going to come up here, but I saw one person put in the comment section about we were basically exploiting black people because we had them on the channel. So no, we're not exploiting black people. Sorry, they're the ones committing these crimes right now with Diddy, and it's the hip hop nation, which is 98% black. So how are we exploiting people that are on the news?
Now, did they mean like the content creators or just what's going on? Because
no, it's just the way it's you different. Have to ask them again. They're basically saying the people we're having on, we're exploiting them, I guess, but there's still people that are part of that whole genre. So again, would you expect us to interview a bunch of white people for the hip hop community or no? We're interviewing the people the humans that are involved in it. Don't make a difference if they're black, white, or Chinese. They happen to be black, so then we're exploiting them because we're white content creators and we're not allowed to have them on because they're different color than we are. I bet your ass is $100 that if it was a serial killer killed a bunch of people and he was white, they'd be all over that having it on the internet. So that gets on my nerves, people talking about that.
Now, I think it goes back to when we originally had our first conversation when we were talking about how when it comes to being knowledgeable and questioning them on certain things, you guys don't know. So you don't know what to push back on or what to even ask. It's more like you just let them ramble. But do I personally think you're explaining them? No, because at the end of the day,
I agree with AT2. I don't feel like it's exploiting because Jaguar and all these people are choosing to go over there. Why? For a check. For a check. And that's Couture Bay checked Jaguar on this particular topic about how she came over to the black tea sector and she was disrespectful. She disrespected so many people and she was acting like a whole buffoon, right? Cursing, disrespecting people, getting people videos demonetized, and you go over there to the clear people and act like a freaking angel.
Jag wants to be exploited. She wants to come on your channel because she's benefiting from it.
Well, I mean, the thing is that, I mean, to not know what to say, what don't we need to say? Because what they're doing is basically abusing children. So any fool can figure out what to ask somebody questions about abusing kids or spousal abuse. None of that has to do with color.
Yeah. First of all, let's be clear, because he's talking about the diddler. Diddy has not yet been charged with anything to do with a child. Let's be clear. Okay? And y'all know how I feel about the diddler, okay? But I just don't put nothing on anyone that's not factually supported.
Yeah, but are they really abusing kids?
Well, I mean, they're having sex with them, so maybe not. But I mean, they're at least having
sex
with them.
Are they even doing that? I feel like we're putting it into context like these men, and this is a part of the problem because it's like putting it out like these men are doing X, Y, and Z. But how do we really know that? Because, for example, Rocco, I don't believe his story at all.
Okay, well, let me phrase this to help everybody. Just do this. Put allegedly behind everything that's ever comes out of anybody's mouth, and then everybody's safe. Allegedly, they've messed with little kids and diddled little kids. That's why Diddy's in jail. You know, same way.
No, it's not. He's not being charged with anything to do with a child yet. Okay? But you see how he's trying to gaslight AT2? You came up here to talk about how you're exploiting the Jaguar sector, and it turns into this conversation. He is giving me pedo vibes. I'm sorry.
Seen allegedly diddled little kids. Oh, he kills himself so he doesn't have to spend the time in jail. You know, so
he was convicted in 2008 for.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, but either way, he wasn't going to spend that time in jail, and he didn't. He took his own life to get out of it. So, you know, but it just blows my mind that everything goes to color when it's like just like when do not or donut, whatever it comes as because.
But it's always. But here's the thing, Shane. You have to understand when we come into y'all world, we play the game. So when you come to ours, you have to play the game. It's a part of it.
Play what game? Reporting the news? Reporting the news?
No.
Now he wants to act oblivious.
Reporting the news, yes.
Right.
Yes, well, correct.
I'm sorry. It ain't no game. Nothing. When I go on there and watch Sean, nothing that he asks or says could care less about what color they are. It's about the type of person they are and the crimes they've committed. The black community's been the only ones who've been fussing us about. Oh, y'all couldn't report on the
black folks. If you're talking about R. Kelly, that would be one thing. But it is alarming that you're peddling allegations towards someone who has not been proven guilty.
Period. AT2. He has not been proven guilty. And at the end of the day, y'all come into our sector. It's plenty of people that have been talking about Diddy from the day one. I've been running it, but they don't give us black content creators any credit. They just get to come in and flip things that are not true and not supported factually. So it's all about the click and the view for them. It's not about bringing the facts. AT2, give it to them. Come on.
Of those things, as far as children.
Well, what about all the black channels that are talking about him being guilty? Shouldn't they not be doing that either?
Oh, they get criticized as well too.
Okay, well, we think he's guilty, and
Shane,
obviously,
that is the thing, though, Shane. Shane, we get it too.
Okay.
You think that because I say I don't believe any of these victims? Trust me, there's people in my chat saying I'm victim shaming, I'm this, I'm that, blah blah blah. Even the people that you like to talk about over there said I was a coon and all this other stuff because I had you, a white man, on my channel, even though they had you on theirs. But
yeah,
I get it too. So at the end of the day, like, that's the thing.
That's a shot at Sherelle and Perry.
About white people. We just gonna put it out there. Like, you guys don't think that we get harassed, bullied, and all that too. But we take it. We take it and be like, you know what? It is what it is. We combat it. But at the same token, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to stick up for myself and say what it is.
You don't think we get bullied too?
I'm not saying you don't. But when you guys do, it's all, oh my God! Oh my God! It shouldn't be like that. Be like, oh, okay. You know, it is what it is. And just move on from it.
I don't know
like,
who's doing all that
make
shit,
it
but
such
I'm
a
just
big
saying.
deal.
Well, I came up here to answer that question. I don't know what you're talking about, but as far as the
you see how dismissive he is? Because AT2 is telling the truth, but he don't want to acknowledge what he's saying, so he dismisses it. Okay? And this is the problem.
Coming up here exploiting, I can tell you any black person that's been on our channel has asked to come on the channel. Okay, and also,
you know, every time he said any black person, it annoys the out of me.
we invited, they accepted, so we didn't exploit anybody. So if they came voluntarily, that means you didn't exploit anybody. So
okay, and then that's it. Like,
no, but AT2 said he said clearly, I don't feel like you guys are exploiting them. He said that. So why is this coming up again? He acknowledged what you was coming up to the panel for.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't exploit them. They wanted to come on the channel.
And Ming Lee, why is Sean not talking about his child allegations? Because there are none. It was proven to be a hoax, so that's why it's in the book. Read about it. So,
just a disclaimer: he's talking about Sean Atwood.
So he hasn't been charged with that, right?
No, my God, it was something at a party or something like that. It was nothing that he was in. Yeah, I ain't going to entertain that.
I keep hearing about that, but I haven't looked into that because as far as what I seen, there was no like record on that. It was like a video that I seen about it.
Right. Again, that's like I said, Sean has addressed anything in his past, and he's addressed anything in his books. So all you got to do is Google it. That's it. And Grandma's sipping on sweet tea. You're not black, so don't act like this is not a sensitive subject for us. I didn't say it wasn't sensitive, Grandma, but I've been bullied and picked on my whole life for being a fat white boy. So I understand how.
Oh, so now it's about you being a fat white boy. Right, Kim. I love it. It never will be about the facts. We are always guilty before proven innocent, and oftentimes prosecuted as guilty when innocent. And that's why I always say, even though I'm following Diddy's story or whatever, I always say he is innocent until proven guilty. Now, some of the facts we know is like he liked to lay the paws on women. He abusive. The facts we know, his mother was a madam. And we're going to get into that.
Oh, getting picked on or being
saying you're doing it again.
Doing what again?
The woe is me.
Ain't no woe is me.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, 108.
So is it when black folks do that, is that woe is me for them and say that to them to be rude? No, I don't say that to them.
No, but at the same token, we get it as well too.
Okay, well, now I'm just explaining. I was bullied as a child ever since I was a little kid, all the way up to my adult age, and probably could have killed somebody if I'd had the right mindset, but I didn't.
What does him being overweight have to do with anything? That sounds like a you problem, sir. That sounds like a you problem. Please thumbs up the video. Thank you so much, guys.
I'm just explaining to you, I understand how being a certain color, a certain size or whatever, being picked on because of something about your body, you guys.
So now he's trying to equate him being overweight to equal as dealing with racism. Y'all sit on that for a second. Him being overweight is the same thing as being discriminated on, bullied and harassed for being black. Yeah. Not the same thing, sir.
It's black being the color. Me, I was overweight, so I got picked on and discriminated against because of my weight. So I know what discrimination feels
like. But your weight is a lot different than your color.
Why?
Thank you.
Two different things.
It's people picking on you. It's people.
Oh my God, Shane, no. Being fat, there's no kind of history with being fat. Like we're not even gonna play that game.
Hey, haven't you ever been picked on for being overweight?
Of course, I still do on this internet, but that's not the same thing as being black compared to being overweight. Because what happens when you're like fat and black? So that's still a double thing. Like, come on now, you cannot compare the two. That is two separate things.
It's separate, but it still hurts.
Being overweight, you can change that. Some people can't because they have medical conditions, right?
It's kind of hard when you're 8 years old, and that's what your parents do to you. So I mean, I can't change that at 8 years old.
Shane, you need to get therapy, sir. The internet is not the place for you to drudge up all your childhood traumas. And guess what? It still has nothing to do with racism. It really doesn't.
And then get picked on all the way through school until I learned how to fight and beat my way out of it. And then
but you were not born fat. That's too.
Wow, Shane. Wow. You got picked on and bullied as a kid. Oh my God. Woe is you. Poor Shane. He got bullied and picked on. It's just like.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's coming from the clear man, Shane. Period.
Two different things.
Okay. So did people pick on you when you were 3 days old? No.
Well, I don't even remember if anybody picked on me at 3 days old, but I was a cute baby, so nobody picked on me.
I'm affecting all the people in the chat. I need therapy. Guys, I grew up in the 70s, so it was the time that...
No, I don't think you need therapy. But I think you need to be more. You need to be around more of these spaces so you are challenged.
I grew up in the 70s, right after the biggest part of racism here. Google my town. My town was one of the biggest cities.
In the 70s, there was no racism.
Listen to me. I'm trying to tell you before you interrupted me.
But here's the thing. You want to pacify it and say, oh, in the 70s. No. They was still racism in the 70s, sir.
Well, I never mind. You already know what I'm talking about. You already know about my town. So that's all right. So don't even sweat it. I grew up in one of the most racist towns in Maryland. I'm trying to tell you that my parents grew up watching black folks get hit with hoses because of their color. And that my father raised me.
And guess what? And what did your parents do about it? Let's see.
To not judge a person by their color.
Why did no one tell New Jersey drivers about this? I'm
so sick of Shane. Go over to AT2 channel, y'all, because we got other stuff to cover. Y'all see the direction that it's going to, but shout out to AT2 for holding his feet to the fire as you can see, he was doing everything to dance his way out of the situation, everything but take accountability. And how the conversation ended, AT2 said, Shane, I hope you were able to learn something and take something away from this. And he said, well, I didn't. Hey, Durex. Who else is in here? I saw Juanita. Good morning, all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to the people in the bushes. Please thumbs up the video. AT2 woke it up. Yeah, we don't need to continue our morning with Shane ignorance. And that's all it is. It's pure fucking ignorance. He an overweight guy that's sitting in his house and his only life is this internet. Beyonce's internet. That's all it's giving, okay? And all they do over there at Sean Atwood's channel is they find the most explosive people like Jag Liar, the Ronnie Bowles, and stuff like that. They want them to act a whole fool on their channel, okay? And they just sit there and let them. They don't have no format, no questions, or anything because it's about a click and a view. And at the end of the day, it's not exploitation because these are grown people willing to go over there to clear people that don't even respect their community, their race. They don't give a. All they care about is the click and the view. They don't care how people are being affected by this. They don't care. They don't care. And Jag Liar has created a formula where people feel like they are comfortable with getting on this internet lying, okay? Even Ali Carter got debunked. Shout out to the official King Payne, okay? Because Ali Carter's mom was over at King World cutting up, you know, because she wants Ali to shut up or whatever. You know, I feel like Ali mom, I feel because Ali lost me when she came out talking about Tupac was her father. I believe something happened to Ali. I believe she was a victim of abuse, and I believe it was at the hands of her mother. Official King Payne had Ali's sister on his panel this weekend, and she confirmed because when the mom was over there at King World, every other word out her mouth was a curse. And I was like, it's something strange about that. And if she could talk online like this, and she not really a social media person, I can only imagine what she is behind closed doors. She didn't come across, she came across to me as a hurt mother. And granted, as moms, we go through things with our kids, right? But some of the things she was over there saying, Ali looked like she haven't taken a bath and this and that. And Shelly basically took advantage of her and snatched her away. And the first thing I thought was, what was Ali running from? And the sister, her oldest daughter confirmed. She's like, my mom was very abusive. She abused us physically, verbally. She was very strict. She's like, we always had a good home, a stable home and things like that. But she was abusive, right? So, look, the Ali Carter stuff, that's a live for another day. But I wanted to come on here because I believe Ali in the beginning when she was talking, when Diddy first got arrested. You know what I'm saying? I believed her. And then I started seeing other videos of her talking about she Tupac father, you know. And let's not forget, Jag Liar ushered in Legina Gold. She was live this weekend. She's still talking about R. Kelly and Aaliyah are her parents. These people are sick. They are sick, and they all need mental health. They are untreated. And I want, for my Naughty Crew, we got to stop believing people. We can't even take people at face value. And I remember when Legina Gold's family came out, okay, and debunked her. All right? These are the people that Jag Liar is ushering into our YouTube streets. And I'm just here to make y'all aware. Mm-hmm. And so now the Sean Atwoods and stuff are getting wind because these people bring clicks and views. And so now they have them over there. But you know what? Keep them over there. We don't want them. We don't want them. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Akati, I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome, Akati, y'all. Thank you for joining. All right, on the other news, okay? Now, shout out to Rolling Stone, okay? I always felt like the Diddy and Janice Combs situation was incestuous, okay? Incestuous. And we went over the history of the Diddler and Janice Combs, okay? His daddy was a rug dealer and his mama was a pimp, okay? And that's just the facts. And y'all want to know where he got these ideas of freak offs from? His mama. He get it from his mama. Thumbs up this video. Let's get into the Rolling Stone article. And by the way, tomorrow is the documentary on Peacock. I think I'm gonna go live from my phone. Like, we can't stream it direct because it'll be a copyright strike, but we can watch it together. Yes, like, comment, and share. Yes, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Shout out to Rolling Stone for this article. Sean Combs' mother threw extrally charged parties at childhood home, friends claim. So you can only imagine what happened to the Diddler. If she was in the room sucking and ucking and bending it over and dropping it like it's hot, where was the Diddler? Hey, James. Where was the Diddler when all this was going on? So Sean Diddy Combs' mother, Janice, would often throw wild parties at the future music mogul's childhood home. Where it wasn't uncommon to walk into a room where adults were having sex. This is why he does not have any boundaries. This is why there are so many lawsuits saying that he took showers during meetings and stuff like that. That stuff is not normal. Certain things are meant to be private. All right. One of Combs' longtime childhood friends claims in the new documentary that's coming out tomorrow. That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Hip-hop producer Tim Dog Peterson says in Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. I can't wait to see this tomorrow, Naughty Crew. Ciao. So this premieres on Peacock on Tuesday, January 14th. It says, was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No. That was just Saturday night. Child. Patterson used the alleged childhood memory as a possible explanation on how Combs found himself at the center of a federal racketeering SEX trafficking investigation, where he is accused of forcing his ex, Cassie, to participate in filmed drug-fueled encounters with male ex-workers that Combs allegedly dubbed freak-offs. The 55-year-old is also facing nearly 40 civil lawsuits from men and women alleging that he had preyed upon them between 1990 and 2024. Pleading not guilty to the 3 criminal charges against him, Combs' legal team has categorically denied the claims. We know all this. Okay. So as you all know, let me see. The new Peacock documentary dives into Combs' childhood and early adolescence, speaking with Mount Vernon childhood friends, early Uptown Record colleagues, and Howard University classmates turned hitman music producer Ron Lawrence. Combs grew up in Mount Vernon, a suburb on the fringes of Upper Manhattan. That's everybody be saying that Diddy, he grew up in the hood. No, he did not. He grew up very privileged. He went to Catholic school. We know all this. So a known associate of Harlem Rug Pen, including Nicky Barnes, Willie Abraham, and Frank Lucas, Melvin, was found. This is his father, Melvin, blicky twice in the head and slumped over in a car. So Janice kept the details of Melvin's grizzly red rum from her young son, intent on providing him an idyllic childhood. Combs was always dressed to the nines, and as a result was looked at as a rich kid. Period. He played Little League Baseball, served as an altar boy, and made the football. And mind you, the Catholic school that he attended, accusations came out about what was going on there later. And made the football team at his all-boys private Catholic school, high school. But Combs Spears could smell he was not tough. Peterson saying, claiming that Combs was badly bullied as a kid, which means that's why he a bully as an adult. Meanwhile, at home, there was always things going on, Patterson said, adding that Janice would frequently throw parties at the home. On the weekend, Combs partied in the house, and we did that a lot, he said. He was around all types of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke, drug addicts, around lesbians, homo, and he was around pimps, pushers. That was just who was in our home. People that attended the parties were from Harlem, from the street. It wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you got a couple in there, but naked. All right. So shout out to Rolling Stone for presenting the article, but I will be watching this because TMZ was alright. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they jumped the gun, but this is going to be good. Let me see. Hey, Juanita, my. Hey, Leslie. Good morning, Toes. Hey, AT2, good morning. AT2, you woke it up. I seen everything, okay? Way to hold Shane accountable, okay? Please, let's get these likes up. All right, so I'm going to be here for the Peacock documentary. I'm going to watch it from my phone. I'll have just the audio so we can watch it together because it's going to be good. And Sarah from the band is going to be in it. She is a legend that he SA'd her too. It's going to be good. And you know what? Albie Shore is in it as well. This fool. Now, y'all remember Albie Shore when the memoir came out, and shout out to Barlow Alert for this next article. When Kim Porter's Lost Words came out, and it was alleged that he slept with the diddler, a hit dog will holler, oh my God, parts of the book are fake and this and that. And he was saying the book was fake. Y'all remember, right? Al, I'm going to need you to pick a side, and I'm going to need you to come with some facts. Oh, so he knew J-Ho. Durag, fun fact, the diddler first started as a dancer at the beginning and ending of In Living Color. Him and J-Ho. You see? So many things are calculated in Hollywood. Calculated. Mm-hmm. Let's get into Albie Shore punk ass, okay? Let me tell you. He was a horrible father. Let's put it out there. He was a horrible father. He admitted it was I can't think of the reality show. It wasn't The Apprentice. I don't think. It was another reality show that Trump had with Albie Shore, Omarosa. It could have been The Apprentice. I'm not sure. But Albie Shore was on there crying, talking about how he was a horrible father. And Couture Bray brought this good point on AT2 panel. We didn't even know he had more kids. We thought he only had Quincy. He admitted to being a deadbeat father. Now, do I think as the years pass, things change? Absolutely. Do I think him and Quincy are close? No, I don't think they're really, really close. I think they're cordial. But you let another man raise your son instead of going to the courts and fighting for your rights. You let another man raise your son knowing that he was laying a pause on his mother. You ain't protect your son. So Albie Shore is going to be in this documentary as well. Albie Shore claims Kim Porter kept a secret diary about Diddy's alleged crimes. I need some proof. I'm tired of him with his subliminals and his Swiss cheese version of things. I really am. So Kim Porter's name has been back in the headlines. And this time it's because of new claims from her ex, I'll Be Sure. The singer and father of Quincy Brown, Porter's son, later adopted by Diddy, has made some allegations in the upcoming Peacock documentary, Diddy, The Making of the Bad Boy. I'll Be Sure revealed that Kim supposedly kept a private journal documenting everything that went down behind the scenes during her relationship with the diddler. Before her death, she was keeping a diary, he claimed, adding that someone allegedly accused her, accessed her phone and computer after her passing. And I'm going to tell you who did it. Love, the last baby, her mom is a techie. She's a big tech, all right? She know how to hack and all that stuff. Everybody in the diddler's life has a purpose and a position. And see, look, y'all, look, when we was on AT2 panel, I said all the kids in on it, including Baby Love. Baby Love was created to garner sympathy from the public. He needed to become popular again. That's how narcissistic he is. He will use anything and anyone around him. And he has to be at the top. And if he feels like you're going to outshine him, he's going to step on you like an ant. All right. He didn't stop there. I'll Be Sure said he grew concerned for Kim's safety before she died in 2009. She began to confide in me. She said something's not right. Diddy's soul has gone completely dark. He even suggested that Diddy might have had something to do with Porter's death, claiming she knew too much and threatened to expose him. The diary rumor isn't exactly new. It's been floating around for a while. A so-called memoir about Porter's popped up on Amazon, but was quickly debunked and removed. Her children, including Quincy, publicly denied the existence of any real diary or tell-all memoir. This latest round of accusations only adds to speculation surrounding Diddy and Porter's relationship. Whether any of these claims hold weight or are just part of an ongoing drama remains to be seen. Okay. Also in this documentary, I'll Be Sure revealed that Diddy never legally adopted Quincy. Hey, Miss Kaiser. He never officially adopted Quincy, and I wonder why. Probably because he gonna cut him out the will. I believe he did all of that just to play in I'll Be Sure phase. But Al, you had the opportunity to fight for your rights. No, you wanted to bed hop and be free, and you didn't want anything actually to do with raising your son. And I just think that that's crazy because, you know, when the memoir hit Amazon, this was you. Shout out to Variety. Kim Porter's children ex I'll Be Sure slams fake memoir attributed to her. Kimberly was allegedly taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Cassie Ventura did. And it wasn't until they said in the book that you slept with the diddler that you had something to say. And now it's fake. All right, let's get into some trending topics, okay? And then we're going to end the show with Twitch bars, okay? All right, first, Joe Budden was recently arrested because he was caught butt naked. Joe, what you doing outside with no clothes? He was caught outside of his condo butt naked, and he caught a charge, a lewd exposure or something like that charge. All right, let's get into it. So he is now addressing the arrest. It looks like the charges have been dropped. Please thumbs up the video. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked.
Sleepwalking.
Yes. You talked about it on the pod.
Incident.
Yes.
Briefly, I mean, I said that.
So he's blaming it on sleepwalking. So are you on Ambien? Are you on Ambien? Because that's the one sleeping pill or agent that causes sleepwalking. That's extreme. Like people, and that's what makes me think they're racist, because your first concern is not to make sure he's okay because he's doing something out of the ordinary. You want to get him locked up. Like, that's disgusting. So you come up with trumped up allegations, and don't get me wrong, Joe Budden ain't my favorite person or whatever, but put in one in the chat if y'all believe his explanation. Put a 2 in the chat.
So I did not call my doctor to the stand. Call my girl.
That's why he's naked. If his girlfriend was there, he was knocking boots. Better to know than the girlfriend. Please thumbs up the video. Please thumbs up the video. They got him on video showing his softie. Who knows? But she sound like his type, Spanish.
Before you went to sleep.
Hopefully he'll keep the paws off of her. Play it up for the court. You gotta switch it, because she trying to lie on him and try to make it seem like he was trying to violate her and her children just because she don't like him because he's black or whatever. Yes, I am embarrassed. Oh my God, they saw my naked body and she showed my nudes to her kids. Yeah, you gotta be dramatic like that, Joe. I'm with you on that. For the courts, because that's what they would do to us. messy. But ultimately, shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for capturing that. Ultimately, the charges were dropped. Yeah, me too, Makeup Diva. Hey, good morning. I would have code switched too. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. So shout out to Joe for beating the system and getting the charges dropped. And that's why I kind of waited for the story to evolve and develop, because I didn't want to jump on it right away and make any type of assumption. WWE CEO Vince McMahon, he ended up settling his SA case. Let's wake it up a little bit. Not even wake it up, but let's see what we got to say. Here we go.
Vince McMahon is no longer shaking, because after shelling out $10 million in hush money, he just had to pay a little $1.7 million to the government to get all his troubles to go away. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it. Now, Vince McMahon is a very controversial figure, but his controversy came to a head earlier this year when he got caught up in a huge scandal that made him lose his job and had him under federal investigation. There were 2 women that came out that accused him of sexual assault and trafficking. Now, the situation with one of the assistants, he had an sexual relationship with her, and allegedly he had some of the people that also worked in the WWE come in, have relations with this lady. She was kind of like an ex-slave. Anytime he wanted it, anything dirty he wanted to say, that was his lady to call. Well, the lady filed a lawsuit, and she said she was losing her hair. She was under all types of distress, and she did a lot of things allegedly because she thought she would lose her job. So that made Vince McMahon lose his job with the WWE, and he lost his stock in the parent company, TKO Group. Now, the $10 million settlement that he paid to these women, you would think that it's all said and done in court. No, you actually have to tell the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission of the United States, that you spent that money. Now, let's read exactly what the SEC. Vince McMahon is no longer shaking, because after shelling out $10 million in hush money, he just had to pay a little $1.7 million to the government to get all his troubles to go away. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it.
All right, so Vince McMahon got away with the hair of his chinny chin at this point. Well, let's just say he had enough hush money to shut everybody down. Is it okay? It's not okay. You know, he still got away with violating people. Yeah, you saw the meme, the blood money. That's what it is, blood money. Oh, Chantel found out who Joe Budden's girlfriend is, Sade Monique. I'm sure she looks like his type. You know he got a type. Big booty hoes. Oh God. Another BBL. There she go. She's overly thick. They've been together for 4 years. Well, Joe, she looked like she could mollywop your ass, so I hope you keep your hands to yourself. Allegedly. IG model. Is there ever such a thing as too big of an ass? I'm just saying. Vince McMahon, you know, I hope you keep your head down and out the way. Let's get into Redman. As you all know, I love Redman's new album. He doing his big one. Like, I love that album so much. Like, I want to see it perform live. Redman from Jersey. We love the album. All right. But he recently spoke out because he decided to be celibate. A lot more and more people. And look, we have no way of proving if they really, really doing it. But I know 50 Cent came out and said he was being celibate. Lenny Kravitz said he's on his celibate journey. And I'm like, is this going to create a new wave of men? All right. Because when men sleep around, it's just like when women sleep around, like they don't value their bodies, right? They don't honor themselves. All right. So same thing goes for men. Like, we equal opportunity over here. So let's get into it. Shout out to the Shade Room. I just thought this was interesting. I always think it's interesting when men come out and openly say that they're celibate. Here we go. He said, oh, this is Spiritual World. Redman saying being celibate for 2.5 years was the best thing he ever did in his life as he speak about fasting from sex and smoking. Even though he got a dope ass song on his album called Kush. Child. I love it. Let's get into it.
Instead of just saying, okay, I just quit. Because that word right there and quitting, your mind start fucking with you. You might get around other people that's still doing what you're trying to quit from. So it's not just about quitting. It's about allowing yourself to get around from the distractions of what you're trying to quit from. Like if you're trying to quit from not fucking so much, right? But your boys are constantly going to the strip club and going to the club, then you have to discipline yourself and say, okay, I can't hang around these guys no more. And if they're not willing to understand that I'm fasting from it and I want to stop it, then I can't be these guys' friends no more. My girl and I broke up maybe 3-4 years ago. I was going through such a shit divorce that lasted 7 years. That played a role in why it took so long. Instead of just saying, okay, I just quit.
Wait a minute. I didn't even know Redman was married. How many of y'all knew Redman was married? I like Redman and his vulnerable self. Come on, Red. You looking cute. Come on.
To drop Muddy Waters as well. 7 to 8 years of straight court divorce. I had so much on my plate. And I actually fasted 2.5 years. No fucking, no smoking.
Wow.
Straight 2.5 years. And it was the best thing I could have ever done in my life. Celibacy, 2.5 years. No smoking, 2.5 years. And it was the best thing and believe me, I wanted to. I was fighting it. I was fighting. I was sweating. I was in my house going crazy because I lived alone. I live alone. So I was in my house going crazy. I was constantly talking to myself, me and God, and we just back and forth. You would think that it was people living in my house, how much I was talking to myself, but I made it. And it was the to drop Muddy Waters as well. 7 to 8 years of straight court. Best thing.
And that's his new album. It's called Muddy Waters 2. It is dope. Guys, check it out from beginning to end. Like, this is real hip hop. This is real entertainment. You will be entertained. You will laugh. Like, I could throw that on in the car. It's Redman, he real good at ad-libbing and stuff like that. So I'm telling you, it's really, really good. And that's why I thought this was interesting that he did this interview. And he doesn't do many interviews, but I thought this was dope because it gave us an inside track as to where his mind was and what his creative process was to get to Muddy Waters 2.
Thing I could have did in my life, Reggie and Jake. And it cleared out so much distractions. Now my reception is more clear now, and smoking to quit it is nothing for me now. Having no sex is nothing for me now, because it was all feeding the flesh. And that's basically how the world is turning now. We're feeding the flesh. We're feeding what's good for us, which is not maybe good for the soul and spirit. So once I did that, long story short, I was able to control how I move, what I like, what is not good for me, my soul, my mind. So anyone that's trying to just cut out something indefinitely, try a fast first, and then maybe try it with some friends so you can support each other along that road. Best thing I could have did in my life, Reggie and Jake. And it cleared out so much distractions. Now my reception is more clear now, and smoking to quit it is nothing for me now. Having no sex is nothing for me now, because it was all feeding the flesh.
I love it. It was all feeding the flesh. Everybody need a good cleansing now and then. Seriously. And when you get to a certain age, like, I don't know, I only can speak for women. You want your intimacy to have intention. You don't want to just be laying down with somebody you don't know and this and that. You want it to be intentional so that you can get the most out of that experience. Right. And he's really, really mature, right, Miss Kaiser? James said Naughty by Nature album coming soon. I hope all my old school rappers drop this year. I swear to God, to take all these mumble rappers up out of here. I'm so tired of popcorn rap. I need to hear lyrics that I understand. But I just thought that was great, and I wanted to share it with y'all. Go ahead, Redman. Go ahead. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, she has been granted a restraining order for 5 years against Tory Lanez. Jesus. DJ Academics is so fucking messy. Here it is. Shout out to the Jasmine brand for this one. I'm sick of them popcorn rappers. I really, really am. All right. So Megan Thee Stallion testified maybe he'll blicky me again. And blicky, I mean, using the GUN or whatever. As the restraining order is granted against Tory Lanez. All right. As you all know, she is suing YouTuber Milligrams or whatever for defamation. It's kind of the same thing like Cardi B sued Tasha K for or whatever. And in that lawsuit, she was trying to say that Tory and his team were paying milligrams, whatever the measurement she want to be called or whatever, to badmouth her, to defame her, to harass her, and things like that. So we're still waiting for the outcome of that. In the meantime, she has filed a restraining order. So Megan Thee Stallion was granted a 5-year restraining order against Tory Lanez. So Megan Thee Stallion, 5-year civil restraining order against Tory Lanez has been granted, prohibiting him from contacting her and requiring him to stay at least 100 yards away. Here's my thing. He in prison for the next 10 years. Okay, so in court, Megan testified about her ongoing fear even after Lanez' conviction for the 2020 Blickian, expressing concern about retaliation upon his release from prison. I feel like maybe he'll blink me again, and maybe this time I won't make it. Megan also shared how the trauma still affects her life. I haven't attended therapy lately because I've been feeling kind of like hopeless about the whole thing. Don't stop therapy. No matter how much somebody tells me I need to get past it or it's going to be okay, it just seems like I have to relive it every day. The person who blanked me won't let me forget it. I mean, he do every other month in the news cycle is something about like, oh, the DNA is missing and stuff like that. And it's just like, go sit down and do your time. But he has the right to appeal his case, even though he's not an American citizen. I'm just saying, we got to stop letting everybody in America, chill. Judge Richard Bloom granted the restraining order, citing ample evidence of harassing conduct from Lanez. The order will remain in effect until January 9th of 2030. Okay, so this is not the first time he had a restraining order and violated it, because even before the trial, yeah, she got him violated. But do y'all feel like Megan is going overboard, or do you feel like she needs to continue to exercise her rights as the victim in the situation? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like she needs to continue to exercise her rights. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like she needs to just get over it. Chantel said, I miss all my old school rappers. I don't even really listen to today's rap. It gives me a headache, child. Me too. Sick of the mumble rap. Just sick. Child. For Megan, so tired of people disrespecting her. Rayborn dissed him and crash out heritage, and I was here for it. Tory deserves every minute of his iron vacation. Exactly. And I can't wait till he get deported with his leprechaun ass. Tory has still been harassing her. Exactly. It's given that he's obsessed. All right. She testified that he's been paying people to harass her. I agree. And a judge agreed by precedence of the evidence. Yes. Good on the judge. He made a great decision. Right. I am vacation. Yo, y'all cutting up in the chat. Hey, Psalm Study Thing. Good morning, Mama Bang. Hey, Corey. Y'all said a 1. Yo, so y'all agree with Megan? Yes. And I'm not here to victim shame. Please thumbs up the video as y'all loading up. I'm not here to victim shame. I believe she's really a victim and stuff like that. And that's how you gotta watch who hit that girl. All right. And now the new man, is they trying to say he cheating on her? Right. He's a narcissist. He's mad because he's being held accountable. Let's not forget that he attacked August Alsine because he ain't say hi to him. Let's he say 11111. Yes. Thank you, Corey. Hey, Jayla. Yes. Yeah, like he need to leave her alone. At this point, it's giving, why you so obsessed with me? It's giving like Mariah Carey and Eminem vibes. Go sit down and do your time. Period. You still dropping music. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. And you even had Whack 100 out here spinning narratives saying that there's another video and stuff out there. Like, people need to stop lying. You take away from the victim, but they don't care. They're just concerned about their patriarchy still reigning on. That's what it come down to. Please thumbs up the video if you're enjoying the show. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Oh my God, Fat Boy got arrested. Another messy one. Him and his wife or baby mama.
I'll be out soon. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be out soon. Do not worry about it. I'm Gucci. I'm good. Can I get my food? Yeah, please, can I get my food? I'm hungry. Can I please get my food? Please, my phone, please. Yes. Yeah, please. I'll be out soon.
All he care about is his food. That's why they call him Fat Boy. For those of you who don't know, Fat Boy is from Jersey, but he been going through a lot of domestic stuff on he been going through a lot of domestic stuff with him and his kid's mom. I don't know if they're married or not, but yeah, like messy. Like all you cared about was the burger. Why you so obsessed with me? Thumbs up this video. So many stories, y'all. All right, so shout out to Megan. Let's move on. I want to get into this Twitch situation. Okay. Now Allison Holker, whatever the hell her name is, put a battery in her oldest child back to basically speak out against the man that raised her. And I just thought this was disrespectful. All right, we gotta shift, but I'm gonna play this. All right, she decided to come out, and I get that she wanna support her mom and be there for her mom and things like that. But stay in a child's place. God damn it. Kids do not belong in adult business. And that's all I'm gonna say, because she a child. But I blame her mama, okay, for putting her in adult business. I blame her mother. I hold her wholeheartedly accountable for this debauchery. Let's get into it. Shout out to the Shade Room. This is not his biological daughter, but he raised her as such, even adopted her. And watch how she addresses the man that raised her. Disgusting.
These are all people that I've grown up with. And to see them now act different for social media, it's like, I don't know. And I'm trying to be respectful, but I just think it's complicated because I speak to Steven's mom. Like my mom and her were speaking weekly at some point. And I don't know if it's still like that. Like me and my mom haven't talked about it. But since Steven died, I feel like I've seen his family more than when he was alive. We would only see them once or twice a year. But you guys have to understand that it's because they live in another state. And things happen. We literally live in another state, and it's not like we're neighbors. It's not like we could just see them whenever we wanted. And now, like, my mom's constantly making the effort so that the kids are a part of, or not the kids are a part of their, wait, I was about to mess up my words. So the kids are a part of their lives. And my mom, these are all people that I've grown up with. And to see them now.
This is what makes me feel like it is rehearsed. Because all the allegations that all the friends came out saying that the kids aren't seeing the family and stuff like that. Now she's trying to debunk everything.
Effort. I don't make the effort, but that's just how I am. I feel disrespected by them, so I'm not going to talk to them. There were points where like the brothers would reach out to me, like my uncles and Connie, they'd be texting me, but I don't talk to them anymore. I feel completely disrespected. They've gone on social media saying that blood's thicker than whatever, and that's a direct dig at me and my mom. And if you don't see me as Steven's daughter, that's cool. That's like, take it how you want. That I know for a fact that's never how he saw it. And it's literally just hurtful. Effort. I don't make the effort, but that's just how I am. I feel disrespected by them, so I'm not going to talk to them. There are points where like y'all love to argue about the NDAs. Basically, not backstory, because like that's what the whole story is. But in one day, we had an open casket like viewing for Steven. We had a funeral, and then we had a wake. And my mom asked for NDAs to be signed when we were seeing Steven's body, because God forbid somebody that went to that took a photo of Steven and put it on the internet, or shared it with somebody else. That's the type of things that NDAs are for. It's not so you can never talk about Steven. You can't ever talk about, you grieving him. You can't post about it. That's not what it is. And for all the people saying it, I just feel like you're uneducated. I'm sorry, but like truly, I'm fed up because NDAs are so important. And if you guys don't agree, that's cool. I'm grateful for my mom making sure that everybody signed NDAs. Y'all love to argue about the NDAs. That whole day was supposed to be beautiful, and instead it was less than that. Like we were gonna say our goodbyes, and instead people were yelling at each other and bashing my mom, and like that's a day that's taken away from her, and she can't remember it as being the day that we all wanted it to be because his family was making it otherwise. And like when I say that this day, like it's imprinted onto my brain. Like one, because I had to say goodbye to the person that I loved and valued. But then on top of that, I'm having to deal with seeing my mom go through so much. Like it's a different type of hurt because these are people that we're supposed to love and value. And yet they're constantly doing things that make me see them as like less. Like they're the ones impacted. I don't know where it started, but I'm constantly getting comments being like, your mom didn't let Connie see the body for 3 weeks and something like that. But it's like everybody who wanted to see the body had access to that information. My mom didn't want to. My mom, she stayed out of that. My mom didn't want anything to do because that's a traumatizing thing. And so somebody else had that information to go and see Steven's body from after he died until he was like, like they fixed up how he looked and stuff. But until that point, I remember like conversations being had of like Connie asking about it, but then everybody.
Hey Bree, happy Monday. Please thumbs up the video, Naughty Crew. Please thumbs up the video. All right. So as you can see, she's just addressing all the rumors and everything. And I really feel like her mother put her up to it, and shame on her as a mother, because she's not emotionally mature enough to understand what is going on. And I guess look, trust me, my kids will windmill to the very end for me, okay? But I wouldn't even put them in this. I wouldn't even put them. Why is it clear? I don't know. We had to relocate Naughty Crew, so excuse my lighting or whatever. But that I feel like her mom put the battery in her back because she can't take the heat. Because all sorts of allegations are coming out about her. Okay, she wanted to put Twitch out there, exploit his SA, and publicize his private diary to the world. Expose yourself too. It's coming out that she like to dibble and dabble in the little nose candy and Molly and things like that. It's crazy. All right, come on, let's get back to it. Let's remember she's a child.
Literally everybody being like advising against it because that's your son. You might not want to go see him. But with that all being said, she could have completely on her own terms gone and seen him. My mom wasn't withholding information. I don't know where it started, but I'm constantly getting comments being like, your mom didn't let Connie see the body for 3 weeks and something like that. But my mom never said that Steven was an addict. Let me say that. Never said that he was an addict. But if y'all want to take a headline for a news article and turn that into being the thing that you're paying attention to most, that's literally on you. Right? But in our house, how he ran things, like I'm his kid. He was trying to like teach me and educate, like obviously like be that fatherly role, right? So he'd be open and vulnerable about him smoking weed. Also, my mom's not calling him a terrible person for smoking weed. Like, guys, Let's get it together. But when you have 2 years after somebody committed suicide to sit here and question every interaction you had, every single thing they did, obviously my mom's like, maybe I should have paid more attention to. My mom never said that Steven was an addict. Let me say that.
She didn't say it directly, but she alluded to it. So we went over this before. Twitch's cousin speaks out against Allison Holker. I'll remind you, I don't give a F about an NDA. This crazy woman made me and his actual family, including sign an NDA just to even attend the funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the Boss family see the children. They're not saying that for no reason. And now this young lady is coming out and all of a sudden addressing everything. And a lot of people are caught up on the fact that she calls Twitch Steven and his mom Connie. When I was married, I never made my kids call my ex-husband dad or anything. That's not their father. I don't do that play family shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do, but I don't do that. I do not do that.
A moment, I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone.
That right there, self-medicate, that's alluding to him being an addict. Like, that's why children do not belong in adult conversations at the end of the day. But did you do the drugs with him? How come he couldn't come to you as his wife? How come you didn't understand what he was going through mentally? Make that make sense to me. Make it make sense, all right?
Everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain, but it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. A moment.
Let me tell y'all something. When I was married, I knew when my ex-husband was not sound mentally. I knew. Ain't no way you could sleep next to somebody every night. And that tells me there is some brokenness within that relationship. All right? But leave it to Twitch's best friend to come out and clarify everything. Now, he's been posting to his stories. His name is Manny Cross. Here's his profile. Go over and follow him. All right? We did it, brother. Her lies didn't win. Okay? Go over and check out his stories. Here we go. Let me pause it. He said, the truth is out there. Doesn't matter what happens from here on out. The lies had to be stopped. The abuse towards his mother had to be known. The lies in an attempt to destroy his image and name had to be stopped by revealing the true identity of the person behind the mask. I don't care what anyone thinks at all. This was my friend. This was a good man that helped millions. He showed love to my children and never wanted credit. Just a good person. It had to be done. Her people can come after me. I don't care at all. One thing that will be forever known is that I proved that I was a true friend. To those that understand where I'm coming from, I love you, okay? Okay, he took down the other stories because he had plenty of things up there. So let's get into what he exposed, and it was very telling. Hey, grown woman. Mm-hmm. Right, Jayla. Very true. Using our men as breeders. All right, let's get into Iron Man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to end this all today. We're going to end this all today. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is it clear? Is the connection good? Oh, don't be nervous. Ain't nothing to be nervous about. Look at Carol. That's the homie right there. Okay. So everybody can hear me. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to cover two things. Just so if you try to say something back, ain't nothing you can say. I'm going to cover two things real quick. So, first, let me say this. There are two types of people. Y'all understand? Some people, they just ain't ever going to believe what we saying. They just do not understand what we saying. This woman could have taken him out and they still gonna say, well, they're gonna make an excuse. So there's two types of people. Some people understand exactly why we are angry. Some people understand exactly why this is so messed up. Like they get it. And my advice to those who understand, my advice to you is stop trying to argue with people in comments who don't get it. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Don't argue with these people in comments. Don't argue with these people who say, oh, y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, they can hear me. So don't argue with the other people. Don't argue with them. And guess what? If they don't get it, they don't get it. If they don't understand why we would defend somebody like Steven, then they don't understand nothing. So it ain't nothing for us to try to well.
I see y'all in the comments and I'm paying attention. Please, number one, thumbs up the video. And yes, it was her weapon that he used to take himself out. And that to me is very telling. Very, very telling. And I wish I could fast forward this, guys, but it's very revealing and I think it's important. So please bear with me. But he has recordings including, hey D Smith, exposing how she really felt about her husband. And she comes across Allison as very bitter and hateful. I think she mad he took himself out. You understand? She mad about that.
You know, we're trying to convince people. We're trying to convince. Don't try to convince these people of nothing. You heard what I'm saying? Okay, so watch this. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this stuff. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I post this. Touch your screen. Oh yeah. Second thing I'm gonna hit before I show everything. What you are seeing happen, okay? People trying to say, oh, his family and friends is saying all this and blah 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 blah. Let me tell y'all what y'all seeing before I show y'all the ugly truth. Do you remember that scene in Avengers Endgame? At the very end of Avengers Endgame, what you see is Captain America. okay? And I'm gonna use this because me and Steven was nerds. He was Superman. If everybody who knew him know that he was DC, I'm Marvel, right? So Steven was Superman, okay? I'm Iron Man, all right? But I always saw Steven as Captain America. How crazy that this whole situation has happened. But I'm gonna use this as an example of what I mean. In the last scene, what you're seeing happen right now on social media with all these people speaking up, what you're seeing is Steven's spirit by himself. Okay, you got this whole army of darkness against this one man. Okay, and what you see is him. He's down. He's out. You know, he's beaten up. This was his spirit. Okay, but he is still fighting. So he is walking towards this army of darkness by himself. Do y'all see it? And he's walking to this army of darkness by himself, and he knows they're gonna take him out. Ooh, what you see his friends doing right now is we saying on your left. That's what you see. You see his friends say on your left. And I'm walking, hey, the homies is walking up out. You got Courtney spoke up. You got Andy Lasser spoke up. Ellen DeGeneres says he was with Steven every day. You see him speaking up. You see Phil Wright spoke up. Phil said, man, I'm sorry I didn't speak up earlier. Sorry, these are famous people who can lose jobs, who can lose brand deals. These people are speaking up. On your left. On your left. The portals are opening up. People are speaking up because we was quiet. Look at Comfort. Comfort spoke up. We could lose jobs and branded, but we don't care because the portals is opened up. And I'm not saying she's Thanos. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the concept. And I know they're going to come after me. They're going to try to bring up my past, a little thing. I don't give a, hey, listen to me, man. I don't give a damn. You hear me? I don't care at all. The portals is opening up and we about to speak. Captain America ain't going to fight this fight alone at all. He ain't fighting it alone. And here's the thing. For 2 years, we was quiet, y'all. We was quiet. We had to sit quiet in that funeral.
Good morning to everyone joining. Please thumbs up this video. Help us get into the algorithm. And please share this live out. We need to get the word out because people do this all the time. It's all good to sleep with our men, right? But when it comes to honoring their legacy, they remind us that we ain't nothing more than a ninja. Okay, please thumbs up this video. This is Twitch Boss's best friend, Manny Cross, speaking his truth. He came with receipts, and I appreciate that. Here we go.
When and the funeral looked like 1921. It was segregated. It was all the white people, whole bunch of white people over here. I mean, you should have seen it. You should have seen it. She got up there talking about, every day was magic. All his friends who knew was just sitting there. We were just quiet, out of respect. We've been quiet. This is the year where the toxic woman comes down, bro. Bro, I'm telling you. We was quiet for the sake of his kids. We was quiet for his mama, man. His mama, y'all. His mama. His brothers. We was quiet. And look at Courtney Platt. That's a famous person. Her husband famous. She came out and said, look at Comfort. Comfort just the associate choreographer, bro, for the movie Wicked. It just came out, bro. Are you hearing me? These ain't regular people. These ain't people who just ain't got nothing to lose. These people got everything to lose. And that should tell you this. That should tell you what type of person he was, that he ain't even here in the physical form. But the people who are here are ready and willing to lose behind defending him. On your left. I am Iron Man. I'm Iron Man. I'm Iron Man. So guess what? So now let's go and get to these receipts. Let's go and get to these receipts because, see, I told you. In that last conversation we had, I told you. On your left. That's the new one. On your left. Yeah. Captain America ain't fighting this alone. Mm-hmm. That was a good man, y'all. That was such.
And I believe that. I believe Twitch was a really, really, really good man. Right? But I also believe like he was isolated within his own home. No matter how much he provided and things like that, he didn't even have nobody to open up to. Grown woman, I appreciate you donating to the channel. Please follow Grown Woman's Lead. Okay, this is a sensitive topic, but it needs to be had. Okay? Interracial couples face this all the time. You want to know why? Especially when you're dealing with a black with a Caucasian person. They will never understand the plight that we have to walk and the challenges we have. They will never get it. And this is what I think happened at Twitch. Grown Woman, thank you so much for donating to the channel. Here we go.
That was such a beautiful person, y'all, man. We didn't agree on everything, but what friends do, like that, the Bible says iron sharpens iron the way a brother sharpens himself. You know, iron can't sharpen iron without friction. It's gonna be sparks, and that's what makes you close, man. You know, I can't believe she did this, man. And I ain't attacking her personally, man. But you lying, bro. You lying on it for some money, girl. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and shut this on down. Let's shut this all the way down. So she's on TV portraying this image, right? Like, oh, you know, mental health and blah, blah, blah. Listen to me. That lady don't care about his mental health. And I told you I was nice at first, yo. And everybody who know me know I'm very nice in the beginning. You hear me? But when you start crossing people I love, when you start crossing, his kids gonna see this one day. Nah, we cool. So she's talking about when it came to the NDA, acting like she cared about the NDA. Listen to me, y'all. The person that you are seeing, these people ain't lying. And I gave her the benefit of the doubt. His mama ain't lying, yo. His brothers, they are not lying. They ain't. They are not lying, y'all. You hear me? Was she acting like, oh, sensitive but that ain't how she is behind closed doors. Check this out. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Outlet, y'all, I have been celebrated.
Hold on.
From how I've handled this.
You actually think that it is cool. Okay. To make his mama sign Listen to this. The NDA thing, right? The whole NDA thing, and how she was acting like, oh, here come the receipts. I'm about to play it for you, right? Now. So remember how she's trying to act about the NDA? Oh, no, NDA. We only did that because blah, blah, blah. Y'all, she don't give a damn. She don't give a damn at all. She said, this is what she said. She said, yep, I made her sign the NDA, and I'll make her sign it again. Yep, every day of my life. That's what she said. Now, she gonna lie to you, okay? And she gonna say she didn't say that. He's lying. But I'm about to play it for you real quick. Hold on. Let me come in here. Real quick so you can really hear it real clear. I'm gonna let you hear it real clear. Check this out. Listen to this here. Listen to this here. I got you. I got that. I told you, girl. Make his mama sign an NDA. I told you. To see his body. Listen to this. Listen. You actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
I do.
Oh my
and
God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
To see his
I would
body.
do it again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
He's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand that Steven's even asked her to do it.
He didn't ask her to sign.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
You hear that? You hear that?
Again and again and again.
Why would she need to sign an NDA to see his body?
He's great. But also, I don't understand how y'all don't understand.
I got your ass. I told you.
He didn't ask her to sign the NDA to see his body.
What's this?
Do you understand what I'm
also,
saying?
did anyone ever tell you?
What's this?
In a party, an NDA for a party, NDAs for a party.
And asking his mother to sign an NDA
No.
for a party?
It's not the same thing. I have had the NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her, have to sign an NDA. No. Did you know this?
That's different than signing the
And
NDA.
No. That came from Steven.
Okay. You would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? Picture Steven in the casket, right?
Yeah. But I'm also in the industry and I know that. And also, I don't know all the people that were in that wake. By the way, because you're asking this question trying to set me up, I didn't know the people that were invited to that wake.
No, I'm not trying to set you up. I'm asking you, you would never post a picture of Steven in the thing, right? So if you say you wouldn't, why would you think that Connie would do that? That's what I'm asking you.
She is so quick to undermine anybody that comes from Twitch's family. And I hear it in her voice, the point of contention. She's very defensive. Please thumbs up this video, Naughty Crew. This is important. And this is I read that Twitch did not have a will. This is the importance of having your affairs in order so that someone else cannot speak for you.
I was also going off of advice from people. So, I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't know why everyone expects me to have done this before. But also, just so you know, by the way, meanwhile, do you know that Steven has asked Connie to sign an NDA before? This was not her first time signing an NDA. I don't know if you knew this.
I mean, I've signed NDAs before. I think it's more...
Connie had to sign an NDA to go to one of our parties. Did you know this?
That's different than signing an NDA.
No. That came from Steven. And Steven wasn't like, don't make my mom have to sign an NDA. No. Connie had to sign an NDA for Steven to come to a party, and Steven asked her to sign it.
Allison, I'm saying...
This is not... So don't...
I'm saying her signing an NDA... I'm saying her signing an NDA to see her son's body. Her signing an NDA to go to the funeral. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I just said Stevens asked her before she could come into a party.
That's different. You don't understand how that's different?
Okay, so wait, why was Steven wrong in asking his mother to sign it?
No. It's not the same thing. I've had family sign NDAs for like different things. I'm talking about to make his mama. So you telling me you don't see the difference in a party? An NDA for a party, Allison, other than...
Okay, well, I know this. I'll say this.
Then making his mama see his...
Steven would definitely have my family... By the way, my family also had an NDA, no questions asked. It doesn't matter who it is. It was protecting Steven, and it was the right choice.
You think that was protecting Steven, making his mama...
Pause. It don't matter who it is, she said. It don't matter who it is, she said. Let's keep it going. Because apparently that woman seeing her son's body is equivalent to going to a party. Lord Jesus, help me keep my spirit right.
NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating.
That was protecting Steven, making his mama sign an NDA.
Context of
to see his body?
So it's a good choice for me.
To see his body.
I've been celebrating. Outside y'all, I have been celebrated from how I've handled this and protected Steven.
Listen, you actually think that it is cool to make his mama sign an NDA to see his body?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
I would do it again. I would do it again every single day for the rest of my life if I needed to.
Y'all heard that? So, come for me. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what was going to happen. I told you. I don't give a... Hey,
You better ask somebody about me. Everybody who knows.
Hey, Bree, I'm glad she was exposed too. At the end of the day, I don't want her to make a dime off the book. The fact that she exposed his SA and had no care or empathy towards his biological children is disgusting to me. The fact that she's willing to sell his deepest thoughts in his diary to the public is disgusting. She should have just stayed quiet. I would have been okay with not knowing the explanation. I really would have.
Oh, me no. I'm the same Emmanuel. I ain't no perfect man by no means, but you ain't about to do this to this man and he ain't here. You ain't about to do that, sweetheart. No, you're not about to do that. And then she talking about what going to put a book out about this man, what happened to him when he was a kid. For some money, y'all. She claims she didn't know, right? She claims she didn't know. So if she didn't know, then he didn't want her to know. So if he didn't want her to know, why would a wife, why would you take that and show it to the world?
Period. Why would you take that and show it to the world? You made everybody sign NDAs so that you can make all the money off of his back. Because I'm sure by him deleting himself, insurance didn't pay out. I think there was a method to Twitch's madness in the manner in which he chose to do this. And maybe he was trying to expose her himself.
Yeah. Y'all want some more? Watch this. Cause see, I've been holding this in for about 2 years, going through my own divorce with something that's just like her. Yeah, this is the year. These type, come down. You're coming down. Let's go. What else? She said, mental health, right? So she got all this ish out about mental health. She didn't give a damn about his mental health.
I believe that. And they also said she was seen coming out of a hotel room. I believe this woman had many, I think she a 304 Naughty Crew on some real. I think she was cheating on him and he probably found out. And that really gave the last blow and put him on the edge. Like, as hard as I'm working for this woman, I done took in a child that's not biologically mine. You heard how his daughter spoke about him. Word on the curve, she a 304.
She didn't give a damn about his mental health. She dismissed his mental health like it ain't nothing. You want to hear it? Okay, watch this real quick. Watch this here. Where is it at? Yeah. Where is it at? Mm-hmm. Hold on, real quick. Where is it at?
And only because we're trying to protect Steven in this.
Hold on.
So I said, call you, please.
Watch this.
The number came back from D and it was bigger.
Watch this.
And
Okay.
send me your list. She sent me your list. That's sorry.
Hold on.
We should
Naughty Crew, please get these likes up. I need for y'all to get these likes up. Seriously. I'm multitasking and working to bring you this story. Get these likes up. please get the likes up. It's the free way to support the channel. Okay, I do my best to bring you the latest and the greatest and trending topics. That's all I ask at the bare minimum is that you like the video. Like the video. It's 56 people watching. We need to get these likes up. This is Manny Cross, Twitch boss's best friend, exposing his widow for the blackfisher that she is. Let's just call it what it is, okay? It's blackfishing.
We should not do an open casket wake because
There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral. I didn't like.
Do you know the context of it before we move on? You can't answer it, okay? Own people, and that is a beautiful thing.
But what are we talking about right now?
I'm trying to get
about you
because I've never relied on CV.
I said about me not hanging out with you.
Personal, oh my God!
I'm just correcting you on what you just said. Out with him, I didn't hang out with you, and he was a lot of people's friends. He friends' kids.
Oh.
It's my husband.
Yeah, and it was
other people.
Yeah,
so don't come for me and try to all be like this awful you guys were being about me.
Allison, you are Allison. Like we ain't got to yell.
Now they were so awful. We just saw this with Shane and AT2. The first thing they do is go into play victim. Everyone treated me awful. Me, it's all about me. The first thing they do is turn the tables back on them to take away from taking accountability for their behavior and their actions.
You didn't talk, Allison, because you didn't answer. So Allison, if you can be on social media, Allison,
I was crying in my backyard for almost 4 months straight.
Allison,
and then I come back and talk about how awful you guys were being about me.
Allison,
he has multiple sources of people.
Yeah.
So don't come for me and try to all be like this.
Wasn't the truth?
The truth? You don't even know the truth because it's not your story to be told, my guy.
It is my story.
Watch this.
It is my story to be told.
Watch this.
My friend's kids.
Watch.
It's my husband.
Watch this.
And it was my friend before he was your husband. He was my friend before he was your husband, though.
What?
He was my friend before he was your husband. He was a lot of people's friends. He's not just your husband. He's a lot of people's friends.
I'm not saying he wasn't friends.
He was a lot of people's friends.
Watch this.
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
There she go, right there.
I hadn't even.
Listen to me.
So here's what she gonna do. I'm gonna tell you right now what she gonna do. Ask people like Tony Bellissimo, Comfort, his friend. What she'll do is she'll say you weren't his friend. That's what she'll do. She'll say you weren't his friend, right? She'll say you weren't his friend. Anybody that comes out and says anything that got any type of truth, she'll try to say, oh, well, you weren't even his friend. No, nigga, we wasn't your friend. Yeah, we wasn't your friend. We wasn't your friend. We knew him before you knew him. We knew him before you knew him. What are you talking about? His mama ain't lying, y'all. His brothers ain't lying. Courtney Platt ain't lying. Comfort ain't lying. Like these people aren't lying. Nelson ain't lying. Oh, they came for Nelson, right? Okay, they came for Nelson. They'll try to bring things out and say, oh, well, Nelson, Stephen had this against Nelson. Listen to me, man. Nelson is rough around the edges. Everybody who know Nelson know he's rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, and I'm not saying Nelson been perfect at all. Here's what I am saying though. Nelson and Stephen were actually brothers. You know, brothers get into it. And at one time I had an issue with Nelson. I'm like, this nigga be talking like but guess what? Nelson, 10 toes down, is a good dude. But when it comes, you ain't gotta agree with somebody on everything. But look at who has the family's back. You hear me, y'all? He been here. Hey, he done stood 10 toes down for this family, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So if anybody try to talk some crap about Nelson, oh, back in the day, Nelson did this. Back in the day, so back in the day, y'all done something. We all done something back in the day. And while we talking about Nelson, because people.
Look, everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. But people like Allison, they'll weaponize that so that they can benefit off of it. What he's saying is facts.
You want to bring Nelson up, right? They want to bring up Nelson, right? And they want to say something like, oh, he was a this and he was that and blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen to this. Look at the family. And then some. He done held the family down and then some. That was his real brother. Brothers get into it. Oh, well. Y'all all done got friends and y'all done got into it. But he held him down. Now watch this. She want to talk about an addict, right? She want to say people was on drugs and she found drugs, blah, blah. Yo, I'm going to ask you legitimate questions. What about all that coke and that Molly and that X?
Boom. You want to expose him and not you. And to me, the reason why she wanted NDA is because she didn't want the truth to come out about herself. I'm so happy he exposed her. Thumbs up this video. Please thumbs up the video. You want to talk about his addiction? Talk about your own.
What about that? Huh? What about all that coke and that Molly and that X you was on? I love Nelson. Nelson said, who is Nelson? Nelson's a good dude. And yeah, that was his brother. But what about all that coke and that Molly and that X? You know what I'm saying? That you was on. I mean, I'm just saying, listen. I'm just that friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that friend. You know that one friend, it's like a group of friends, right? And like, it's a friend that's like, they all kicking it. And then like, they all sitting down in the lobby or something. And then somebody walk in and they talk crazy to somebody. Steven is the friend that'll be like, hey, guys, come on now. That's Steven, right? And he might not say anything. He might just kind of look around. I'm that friend and say, hey, bro, chill, man. Chill. We ain't got nothing.
Chantel, right. I saw what you posted. It isn't her story to tell. And I can't stand when people take on other people's abuse and trauma and think they could tell their stories. You see that a lot with the Jaguar sector. It is not your story to tell. And if Steven didn't tell it to the world, especially about his SA allegations, what would make you think it is okay for you to out that? Disgusting.
We ain't done nothing to you. I'm gonna eventually get irritated. What you're seeing right now is me eventually irritated. Right? Oh, watch this. After the funeral.
Yes, good point, grown woman. He had no substances in his system. His cousin came out and said that he liked to indulge in a little Mary Jane, okay? But he was in the process of quitting. If he was on all these substances, and I pulled up his old TikToks and everything, I know a crackhead when I see one, okay? Twitch was not it. It's disgusting.
Funeral. After the funeral, who was the one that took care of Steven's family after the funeral? Nelson. Hey, at the funeral, when we did the funeral, who's the one that took the whole family out to eat and honored his name? Nelson. You want to talk about Nelson? Talk about that. Had the whole family at his house. Talk about that. Talk about that. Talk about that. We want to bring up Nelson. Bring up everything. Who was getting you that money? Who was getting you that money? Nelson. Who was getting you those gigs? Nelson. Huh? Who was doing that? Nelson. When all them producers was saying, hey, man, don't bring her on here. When all them producers was saying, hey, man, who was still getting you a check? Nelson.
Now, even a publicist came out and said how difficult she was to work with. This is giving an episode of Snapped. This is giving, it needs to be some more investigation behind what happened to Twitch boss. Please thumbs up the video. That's what this is giving. It's giving, she was jealous of his celebrity. How dare this ninja boy be more popular than me? That's what it's giving.
I mean, we gonna talk. See, the truth got two sides, man. Listen, let her say whatever she want to say. I don't care. In 200 years, nobody will remember my name, nobody's name anyway. We all gonna be dead anyway. And everybody that knew the gossip or knew what happened, it's all gonna be done anyway. Don't nobody care. I'm gonna tell her how it is, bro. I'm gonna tell her how it is. So we gonna talk about Nelson, but say everything. Say all of it. Say all of it. Say it all. Now, watch this.
I hung out with you. What are you talking about?
You didn't even hang out with us.
You hadn't even ever hung out with us.
Listen to this.
I hadn't even ever hung out with us.
I hadn't even hung out with you. What are you talking about?
Yes.
What are you talking about? I ain't hung out with you. I done hung out with him. I done hung out with him.
Coming here to say what we were.
I didn't hang out with him.
A lot of people are all the time.
Nah, I didn't hang out with him. I didn't hang out with you. And that was a situation with a lot of people. People loved him. A lot of people didn't know you.
A lot of, but yeah, because weird. Oh my God, crazy. I have my own group of friends.
Yeah, so then don't bring it up then, sweetie. Then don't say stuff like you never even hang out with us. Don't say that.
Weird. Oh my God.
I'm just correcting you on what you just said.
My whole life revolve around Steven. How dare I? How dare I?
To anyone who's dating, and let's go whether for men or women, if your partner does not mix with your family and friends, that is a definite red flag. That's definitely a sign of narcissism. That's definitely signs of them trying to isolate them, or you, isolate you from everyone you love. Like when it's a healthy relationship, everyone should come together. It should mesh well. It should blend well. It's giving she was trying to isolate him from family and friends because she had her own agenda.
As a woman in this generation, have outsourced people that I
You're right, but I don't even know why that's even coming up. I'm correcting what you just said about me not hanging out with you.
My personal feelings about something, I never had a conversation with you. Do you know who I'm going to go to?
But we're not talking about, listen, we're not talking about you.
Because I never relied on Steven for those things. I have the same group
you
of
never
friends.
relied on Steven for what?
Friends, and I'm so close with them. They were at our home all the time. They still come see me almost weekly.
Okay. What are we talking about right
Just because you are not my best friend.
Allison, what are we talking about?
How come Steven's friends and family weren't around? Because it was all about you, Allison. It's all about him coming into your world, even though he brought you into his.
I'm a terrible human.
Allison, what are we talking about right now?
See how she just
I'm trying to get you to see right now that just because I don't come to you or the brothers about my personal feelings about something.
Just because I don't come to you or the brothers. Did you hear how she said that?
But Allison, that's not what we're even talking about.
We ain't even talking about that.
I have my own people that I'm close with, and I've always been close with.
Allison, they didn't even what we're talking about.
Were we
even talking about that?
Beautiful thing.
But they didn't want me talking about. You just said, the only reason why I just said what I said was because you said you didn't even hang out with us. I corrected you and said, no, I didn't hang out with you. And that's how we got what we got. Hold on. So here's what I'm saying. All I'm saying, here's what I'm saying, Allison. We keep going off on different things. Here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things, and I'm going to just be straight up front with you, man. There's a lot of things I didn't like. I didn't like the NDAs in order to go to our friend's funeral.
Gaslight, yeah. Hey, watch this. So I'm gonna post another receipt. So y'all know.
Jayla, to be fair, you are absolutely right. Sometimes black men or any other person will separate themselves at times too. That is correct. We got to talk about both sides of the spectrum. Right. It's to me, she wanted to keep him away, grown woman. She wanted to keep him away from anyone he trusted and knew would protect him. Why? Because she had an agenda. But to be fair, Jayla is right. A lot of times when black men get into interracial relationships, they forget about their lineage. They leave behind their lineage. But at the end of the day, they will never accept you. And this is just a clear reminder. And just like what Diddy is going through, this is a clear reminder. What they love to do is to remind you that you a nigga at the end of the day. Sorry.
You know how we all know Allison because Twitch. It's common knowledge. That's why we know Allison. That's why everybody knows Allison.
I didn't even know of her until I started seeing like their TikToks and things like that. Now I read that she was on So You Think You Could Dance. She was on in a couple of movies and things like that. But before Twitch, who knew about Allison?
That's why we know her. Okay. Watch this.
Just as much as they were before.
Okay. Well, I was trying to.
Watch this.
You helped them. There were a lot of them. Okay. Apparently you didn't. You asking me a question to redirect up here, but then when you on spare part, he could have asked for help. Where was you with me?
Oh.
You can sit there and say what you just said.
It's time to go ahead and post this. I'm gonna post this receipt because this is really gonna end it all. Please stop acting like you cared about my homeboy's mental health in front of People Magazine and all this stuff, because I got you. So the next thing I'm about to post is basically her proving that she just dismissed his whole mental health, because see, she ain't on camera. When she ain't on camera, she a different person. That's a different Emmanuel. It ain't me. My name is Emmanuel. Y'all talking about it, that other Emmanuel that she was walking out of a hotel with right after my boy departed. You see, I'm about to play something for y'all because I got you. So she gets on here talking about mental health, Y'all, she didn't care about his mental health. She didn't care about his mental health. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how dismissive she really is about his mental health behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. Oh, see these little comments talking about you love clout? Listen to me, fool. If I love clout, I wouldn't be on here doing this. Everybody that's quiet, they love clout. Everybody that ain't coming through the portals, they love clout. Everybody that ain't speaking up right now because they afraid to lose brand deals or people not liking them, they love clout. The people who saying stuff like me, we got so much to lose. I got 3 kids. We got a new show we about to drop. I own a studio that Steven sponsored on the Ellen show. Oh, I got a lot to lose for me saying all of this. Could it get sued? I got a lot to lose. Dummy? Yeah. Dummy? Yeah. So come from behind that little, thank you. I'm risking everything doing this.
I do not believe that he is doing this for clout. I don't think any of his family or friends are doing it for clout. They didn't say anything until she came out and spoke to People magazine. They have all been quiet. Like I said, I would have been okay with not knowing what was going on. Let me know in the comments, Naughty Crew. I would have been okay with not knowing and letting his soul rest in peace. Seriously.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't care at all what happens. I don't care at all. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You came after a dead man that was a walking angel. You name one person on this who can say one bad thing about this man. I'll wait. One thing bad about this dude, bro. Nobody will speak anything bad about this man because it's who he was behind closed doors. The same person he was on the show. That's who he really was. I got videos of me and him I got videos of me and him when we was in our 20s. The same person. So, yeah, talk that talk with somebody. I got everything to lose right now. I know people going to come after me. After this, they're going to come after me. So, come after me. Oh, well, come after me. We don't give a fuck about no NDA. We don't care about none of that. You got on a magazine cover, and we was quiet this whole time, man. Man, we was quiet this whole time, nigga, for his kids and his mama. And when his mama gave us to go, it's time to go. So let's go ahead and play this little recording. So apparently.
So unlike her, they all reached out to the mom and got permission to speak out, which I thought was very dope. So the mom is given permission. I mean, if it wasn't for his mom, you would not have had a husband, Allison. I mean, I just think she just really dishonored him by doing all of this.
Family, she cares so much about mental health and this and that. Oh, I'm not defending myself. I'm just making it known that I don't give a damn. That's all. Because I don't. I waited 2 years to do this. I don't care. Yeah, my kids gonna see this one day. My kids gonna see what type of friend I was one day, dummy. His kids gonna see who was his real friend one day. Yeah, who spoke up for his mama. Yeah, talk to yourself. Now watch this. Who spoke up? Who spoke up for his brothers? Who spoke up for his kids? On your left. I am Iron Man. I told you, girl, I got all the crystals, whatever they call. Watch this.
And I protect the hell
Watch
out of
this.
Steven.
Watch this.
And I know I'm doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
Integrity for
Why would you, I know nobody attack, you keep using this word attack, it's just crazy to me. And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing, I thought you said you knew he
Watch
had.
this.
I am doing everything I
Watch
can
this.
all day still. I loved him more than anything.
Watch this.
He could have stayed and been
Listen to this.
helped.
Don't say
Listen
that.
to
Want this, even with what the family to see is.
Hey, it's okay.
I wish I could rewind. She said he could have stayed and got help. That's what gives me the impression she's mad. She's bitter still at Twitch for leaving her desolate. Okay. Now, Allison, she was worth some million. She was worth about $6 million. So she got her own money or whatever. But she is mad. She is angry at him for taking himself out. But Allison, why did he do it? I wonder why. Because you got 304 behavior. And I'm going to just throw this out there, Naughty Crew. Are both those younger children biologically Twitches? I mean, stuff like that can send a man over the edge when you find out you've been raising a child that's not even yours. This food for thought, Naughty Crew, it's all allegedly. Because why did she run and hide to another state? Why did she, after he adopted your oldest child, why change y'all names back? What did Steven find out that took him over the edge to the point where he felt like he had to take himself out with her G-U-N? What would be the motive?
You realize that Steven left. So when you say what you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean?
Y'all ready? Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. The dismissal. The dismissal. Y'all need to go unfollow her. You need to repost this. Everything she got on mental health need to be taken down. Listen to this disgusting crap. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Because I told you. Watch this right here. Watch this. Watch this.
You realize that Steven left.
Watch this.
So when you say what the two different views on stuff. So at the end of the day, it's okay. You realize that Steven left. So when you say what you mean Steven left? Hold on. What do you mean Steven left? Steven would want the family to see his kids. He could have stayed.
Don't say that shit.
It helped.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Yes, no, I'm allowed to.
No, you ain't allowed to.
She is mad and bitter. But why did Steven leave, Naughty Crew? Why did Steven Twitch boss leave? She sounds bitter and mad that he made the choice that he did. She does not sound like a loving wife. This whole conversation, she did not sound like a loving wife. It's all about her feelings. It's all about her image. Pay attention.
Say no stupid shit like that. You ain't allowed to say no stupid shit like that, man. That's fucked up. What you mean he could have stayed?
He could have stayed and been a partner. He could still be helping fathering these children with me. I would.
Were you a partner to him? To the point that you care about his mental health? Were you a partner to him? I ask again, Allison, how come Twitch couldn't come to you and confide in you as his partner? What did you do to betray him? That's my question.
I love to wake up next to him every single day still. I loved him more than anything.
Shut your ass up.
I still talk to him. He still talks to me. He still comes to me in my dreams. I still ask him for advice. He still guides me. I ain't doing some crazy ass shit. I still communicate with him. I am doing everything I can. And do you know what my only job is? It ain't to worry about you. My job is to worry about these 3 kids. And I'm doing a beautiful goddamn job at it.
Think so?
And I protect the hell out of Steven. And I know I'm doing a great job at it.
You're doing a horrible job at it. And these last actions prove that you don't
ever in life. I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your...
She don't stand on business. She don't stand on business. And Manny Cross, thank you.
You want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl?
Thank you, brother, for bringing the receipts and being a real friend and defending your friend. Because this chick don't have any good intentions for her her late husband. She don't care.
So I have someone attack my integrity for that.
Why would you? I know nobody attack. You keep using this word attack. It's just crazy to me.
She's being a Karen right now. She's going to go into victimhood. And notice, it's all about her. Her integrity. Yes, she knows more than what she's saying.
And how you can sit there and say what you just said, knowing, I thought you said you knew he had mental issues. I thought you said you knew he was going through stuff. And then you just say some dark shit like, well, I mean, he should have stayed. He should have stayed.
He should have stayed.
Mental,
he had options.
mental.
He could have got therapy. He could have talked to someone. He could have asked for help.
Where was you at? Why couldn't he talk to you? Why couldn't he talk to you? Y'all were so close, right?
It doesn't have to just.
No, y'all were so close, right? Why couldn't he talk to you?
His mother. It could have been.
Because he had a hell of conversations with.
Say that about.
He had a hell of conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Why couldn't he talk to you?
You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations.
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that part? He had a hell of conversations.
Thank you, Manny, for asking. I've asked this question from the very beginning when she first came out to People Magazine. How come he couldn't go to you? How come he couldn't confide in you? What did you do to break the trust in the relationship? What did you do to put that man over the edge? But Naughty Crew, remember, I ain't gonna take away from this. Twitch chose her. He chose her.
Conversations with me about why he couldn't talk to you.
Sure, my guy.
Yeah.
What do you mean, sure? It's real fucked up to say what you just said. He could just be here. It's like a dismissal. You're dismissing all the shit that he went through up here. But then when you're on social media and you in front of people, oh, he was, going through so much. But then you just say that shit like, well, why ain't he here?
Do you know what he went through as a child?
Why ain't he sitting here?
Do you know what he went through as a child?
I know a whole bunch of shit he went through. I don't understand why you've been dismissive. Don't change the subject now.
No, I'm asking like to know if context you do know what his brain was.
Hey, look.
You actually know?
You ask questions to like redirect.
I'm asking.
You asking me a question to redirect, like that you keep doing it. As if you.
That's a deflection tactic that liars use. When you ask them a question and they respond with a question, that's deflection and distraction to avoid answering the question because they know they're being exposed.
Like they have this know-it-all. You just know more than everybody else. You don't.
I laid next to this man every single night.
Yeah, guess what? A lot of women lay next to men. A lot of women lay next to men, especially white women and black men, lay next to them.
It's because of my race.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of white women lay next to black men and don't know shit about what's going on in his mental. A lot of them.
Okay.
Apparently you didn't.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shit about my boy. Like it was just dismissing his mental health. He should just.
I didn't dismiss his mental health.
Yeah, you did. How could you just say that?
But
How
he
could
still
you?
could have stayed.
Then why ain't he here? Then why didn't you help him? Then why didn't you help him?
Then
why didn't you help him? Why didn't you help him then? You knew him so well.
I really wish I could have. I've never hit him.
You knew him so well. Why didn't you help him?
Why didn't you help
him? You know
him?
everything. You know his background.
I never said I know everything.
Okay, but you saying it. That's what I'm saying. Don't talk like that.
I'm not talking like I know everything.
No, but don't be dismissive about his mental health. No. Don't dismiss his mental health. That's all I'm saying. Don't dismiss it.
Honey, I'm so over this conversation.
I bet you are. I bet she is over the conversation. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. And to be clear, I'm not speaking against interracial marriages. I was in one myself. Martin Luther King said, we don't judge people on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. And here's what it comes down to. There are cultural differences in those relationships that need to be addressed. And a lot of times they are not. And when they are addressed, it seems like it's just very dismissed, on this side.
Very dismissed. And we started the show out with AT2's commentary when him and Shane were having a conversation about cultural differences. And he couldn't even acknowledge AT2's point of view. It was just dismissed, and all of a sudden, oh, I was bullied because I was a fat kid, and I grew up around black people. I have black friends. I have black grandchildren. And I'm so happy. This wraps it all up, Naughty Crew. Please thumbs up the video. It's the cultural differences. Now, do you love your partner enough to take the time to figure it out? Or do you just sweep it under the rug? Because you just want to continue in your lifestyle. You like the benefits.
Of the tracks. I lived it. You understand? So I'm not speaking against. I have biracial children, and again, you know, my ex is not white. Well, not fully white. She's Arab and white. So even in that sense, it could be black and anything. When there's a cultural difference, a lot of times, because the other person isn't black and they don't understand what black people go through, right?
That part right there, the understanding of what we go through, the discrimination, people making assumptions about us, the stereotypes that are created for us. We have to fight on every level, whether you're in a corporate environment, whether you're in entertainment. They don't understand. But here's the kicker. They don't care either.
There's a cultural, there's a disconnect, and that's okay. That's something that, hey, you work out, you talk about, but when it's not talked about, as you can see, he couldn't talk to this woman. Well, I can't even talk to this woman. Do you understand? I can't even talk to her. So no, he could not talk to her. And let's go deeper. When he would try to talk to me, the times where he would talk to me about because we went through the same type of stuff, dude. Why? Tell me why he'd have to go, let me go, he going in the closet, or he going in, let me go back here, and man, I don't want to, I'm like, bro, put your foot down, talk. And he felt like he couldn't.
He had to go in the closet, the same closet that she found all these substances and notes and diaries. He had to go in the closet. The very closet she didn't know all these things existed.
And I'm not, hey, listen. Man, bro, she lying, bro. And she just came for the wrong one, bro. She came for the wrong one, bro. She did, bro.
For real, I loved the fuck out of this guy, and I still celebrate him every day.
All right.
And just because I'm white.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I made a point. No, I made a point though.
White women with
because it's a real thing. It's a real thing that goes on though. It's a real thing.
To you?
No, in general. In general, it's a real thing. And trust me, me and him talked about it. Trust me, it's a real thing. You sitting here talking about, no, you sitting here saying, no.
Can you honestly, how about you sit back?
It's the cultural, it is the cultural disconnect.
Even for 2 seconds.
Now it's about him being angry. Now he's becoming the aggressive black man. Pay attention to the deflection and the distraction, Naughty Crew. Thumbs up the video.
Nah, it's the cultural disconnect that you obviously ain't willing to listen to.
She ain't willing.
You can't even
I
really
have
sit.
3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing a
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around the black that you obviously ain't willing to listen to?
That you obviously ain't willing to listen to. She can't even listen to me. Now, look at the conversation I'm having with her. If y'all knew Steven, everybody that knows Steven, do he talk the way I'm talking in here? No. So can you look at how she's dealing with me? Look at how she's dealing with and talking to me. And I'm breaking it down. I mean, what do you think he went through? And if you knew Steven, I don't care about none of y'all that didn't know him, that they got something to say about those of us who did. The people who knew him, imagine what he went through, y'all. Imagine what it was like talking to her. From Steven's level. Imagine what it was like talking to her, y'all. From his point of view. If you knew him and you knew his spirit and you knew what the heart that he had, you couldn't even. Hey, man. Oh, I didn't choose my language carefully. I don't give a damn. You don't know who I am. You better ask somebody. Nigga, I don't care at all. At all.
You can't even
I
really
have 3 children that I'm raising every day. I'm doing.
Okay, you got them around the black family? Do you got them around their black family? Do you have them around their black family? You are raising 3 black kids. Do you have them around a black family?
I don't have 3 black kids. I only have 2 black kids, so you don't even know that.
Oh, okay.
Wesley ain't black.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was trying to. I was trying to just give her. I was really just trying to say something, but I was really trying to throw something in there that you really didn't even just hear. But again, okay, you're right. You're right. Wesley wasn't Steven's biological child. You're right, and you do have 2 black kids. Are you going to allow those 2 black kids to be around the black side of the family?
They have been just as much as they were before.
Okay, guess what? Okay. Listen to me. But watch this. But they want to see them though. But they want to see their kids more. But they want to see them more. Are you willing to allow that?
I'm not responsible to do more than Steven did before. I've got my own life.
What do you mean you're not responsible? Yes, you are. You are the last living thing that has the power.
Doing what we always had done. Steven was supposed to go see his grandparents and never went. Back in November, he didn't want to go.
Why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
Do more.
No, why didn't he want to go?
Was willing.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
Why?
Y'all hear that? I told you. I told you. You hear that? You hear what she does? You hear what she does? Why didn't he want to go? He didn't want to go see Connie. Y'all, by the way, Connie is his mama. Steven loved Connie. Play with something safe. I'm not safe. In situations like this, I'm not safe. I'm not gonna stay quiet. I'm not gonna stay quiet. You can bring up my past. You can bring up anything bad that somebody can say about me. My ex already tried it. I don't give a damn. I done lost a lot. For those who have been following me, I done lost a lot. So I don't really care. I don't care. But did y'all hear that? You hear that? Mm-hmm. Blamed his mama and said to me, like I didn't know, like I don't know the truth. I know why he don't want to go, but blame the mama. Y'all still think we lying? You still think his mama lying? You still think his brother and sisters is lying? I mean, his brothers is lying? Sisters meaning Comfort and Courtney and everybody. You think they lying? You think it's lies? It ain't lies. Ain't nobody lying on this woman.
I don't think they lying. I think they all telling the truth. And I'm proud of them for exposing her and holding her feet to the fire, because obviously she's not a woman of quality, standard, or substance. This is just so telling. And I'm glad they're flipping the narrative and not allowing her to tarnish his legacy.
On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. On the contrary, we've had grace on this woman. We've had grace. We sat back and we have been quiet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You've been quiet.
He didn't want to go.
Yo. Why?
So do not.
Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go? No, why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go? Why didn't he want to go?
He didn't want to go see Connie.
Why?
Oh, guess what? Maybe they have a different relationship than you actually know because you weren't talking to him.
I'm asking you, to your knowledge, I'm asking you to.
Why was the relationship different? What was was it you? Did you force him to choose between his mother and his wife? This is the energy she's giving. This is the energy she's giving. Was it because of you? I bet you Twitch had to just go see his family on his own. She probably kept the kids and everybody away from them then.
To your knowledge, why didn't he want to go?
I do not owe you any of our private conversations, but they weren't even private. These were in front of our team members. He didn't go. And that was on Steven not wanting to go. Had nothing to do with me. He didn't want to go.
Okay. So.
And honestly, I owe you no more than that. I don't even need to give you those details.
I know details. I'm letting you just talk. I got my details.
Hey, I know the details. I'm just letting you talk. I got the details. I'm just letting you talk.
Right. He gave her enough rope to hang herself. Exactly. Thank God he live in a one-party state where he could record without consent, Joe.
Woo! Boy, I wish you could see this. I know he proud of me. I know he proud of me. I used to make him crack up with stuff just like this. I know he proud of me. Right? So she don't owe me no, I like what somebody just said. So she don't give me no details, really, because there ain't no details to give. But then she'll go give the world details, right? But then she'll go give the world details, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, y'all? Y'all, my hair's jacked up. I ain't cut my nails. I'm over here looking scruff McGruff. And a Starbucks in a Starbucks bathroom. Oh man. Boy. Man.
From the horse's mouth. And Cameron do not even live in this state.
Okay.
They do not live in
this state. What does that mean?
Before any of this happened, always was the one being like, okay, let's bring your family out, let's fly them out. My assistant and I would book their flights, put them up in hotels, get them cars. I've never stopped doing that. I'm just uplifting and still doing the things I always did before. Steven never planned any of that shit. Do you know that Dee's never been in the Ellen show?
You said,
you know that?
Wait,
Do you know why? He would ask.
So now we're going to uplift ourselves by saying how much we did for Steven. I thought he didn't want to see his family. I thought he never wanted to see Connie. But now you booked hotels and flights. You did all. You really didn't. It was your assistant that did it. Like, stop trying to act like you don't live a life of privilege. Because of Steven.
Ask all the time.
What does that mean?
Steven never invited him. Did you know this?
What does that mean? What's your point in saying that?
Well, you can kind of make it out for yourself if you like. But my whole team
I don't make things out for myself. I like the explanation.
You know the last time that Cameron came?
Right, grown woman. Why do you feel the need to tell us what you did monetarily for his family? Girl, bye. Exactly. What does that have to do with anything? You're his wife. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to book flights for his family. You're supposed to make sure he has time with his family. You're supposed to contribute to the family finances if possible. These are things you're supposed to do. So what do you want, a cookie? Because you booked, or your assistant booked a flight? You want a cookie or ice cream cone? Yeah, come on.
KDL show, Steven freaked out in front of everyone. I was like, I've never.
You see that? You see what she do? She got on his mama, then she got on D, his brother, and then she got on Kim, his baby brother. This is what she do. This is what she do. This is what she does. And I got so much more to post, but I think I'm gonna post this little last part. This last part, it should be enough for y'all. I'm gonna post this last part. And then maybe we'll give more later. How about that? How about that?
I just asked you a simple question.
Watch this. So, she want to honor him, right? She claimed that everything she doing is to honor him, right? That she'll honor him and yada, 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 blah, 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 honor him. I asked her to honor him, and I just did it just to prove that it ain't got nothing to do with honoring him. She don't really want to honor him. She doesn't care. But I'm gonna play this part. This part is really hard to hear because of all the talks we had where he talked about working. He was so happy that he worked so hard to be able to provide her a certain type of life, and her kid that she came into the relationship with. This was a single mom. This was a single mother that he got with. And he busted his butt to provide for her. Everybody knows who knew him know that that was his heart, to provide for her and all.
Because Twitch was a real man and he knew what it stood for to be a husband, a provider, a father. He never talked bad about this woman the way she's trying to disparage him. It's disgusting. We almost through this, Naughty Crew. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I just ask that you thumbs up the video. And of course, donations are definitely appreciated. But the free way to support the channel is to like the video, share it out, and subscribe. So many people can relate to this and what they go through with their partners. Hey, Danny. Hey, Jeff. Thank y'all for joining. So many people can relate. And forget about the race part, but a lot of partners in their marriage feel isolated and alone. And it's up to you as a spouse to help your spouse figure that out. When you could tell when someone is mentally not in a good place, period. But I don't think Allison cared enough about Twitch. I think Allison was jealous of her husband and his fame. That's what I think.
3 of his kids, according to him. Okay? She knew that. Everybody knew that. It was a known thing. Publicly, it is a known thing. We all know. Okay? That he busted his butt for her to provide for her and give her the life that she has. Do y'all understand? to hear your brother talk to you behind closed doors where he's so happy about being able to see a smile on her face, regardless of how hard it was to live with her. And that dude was an angel. He's a better man than me. He's a better man than most. But he busted his butt for her. Okay? Her child, and then his child, which again, all three of them to him.
You hear this? He busted his butt to provide for her, her child, and their two children together, only to be dishonored, outed, disrespected, legacy tarnished. That's how much she loved him.
What was his children. And he should not be called. And I'll tell everybody this. The little girl, leave the little girl alone. She's about 15, 16, but I will say a little thing to her. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad. You don't call him Stephen. You call him Dad.
And that's what, and I get it. And I said, don't come for the little girl either because she's emotionally immature, right? But also, like, she does not belong in adult business. We went through that earlier. You have to rewind the video. I had Steven's stepdaughter up and given her side. But I feel like the mother put a battery in her back because look how manipulative she is. It's out in the open. And I'm not here to tarnish that little girl, but stay in a child's place and stay out grown folk business, okay? Go back to the old adage, children should be seen and not heard. And for her to co-sign her daughter to go live, okay? Now, this is his best friend talking about the daughter calling him Steven. That's the mama behind that. That's Allison behind that. As soon as he died, she changed her name back.
Because he busted his butt for you. And he was there from day one. When your dad wasn't. So you don't call him Stephen. You know, we grew up calling, you know, uncles, our uncles and aunts.
But that just goes to show the lack of respect, the standard of respect that Allison is raising her daughter with. Allison probably, she has no respect. So why would her daughter? Think about it.
Aunties or you know, you didn't call adults by their first name, especially not, sweetheart, one that has busted his butt for you. Okay? Now, I defended you, sweetheart, and I'm going to keep defending you because you're 15, 16 years old, and you're trying to have your mama's back. I get it. I get it. You don't understand. You don't know what you don't know. But you don't call him Stephen.
This is why children don't belong in adult business. Because she doesn't know the full scope. She doesn't know Twitch's side. But her mom and her grief has included her in this, which I think is disgusting, that she will exploit her own child to try to change the narrative.
Call him Dad. I think that he deserves that much. Don't you think? Because you said he was there from day one. In your live, I watched the whole thing.
She won't respect him and honor him because her mother doesn't. So why should she?
You said he was there from day one. You said he raised you. You said he taught you this. But Stephen? Sweetie, don't let the love for your mom make you forget the love for your dad. The man that was your dad. Mamas can be wrong. Dads can be wrong, and that's okay. I've been wrong before. You know, that's okay. But you just show a little bit of respect. That's all I'm asking of you. You show a little bit of respect. I posted a post. We're telling people don't come after you and talk, you know. But you don't call him Steven. Call him Dad. Every time you refer to him, you call him Dad. Okay. With that being said, I'm gonna play this last part, and not stepdad, Dad. I'm gonna play this last part where it comes to honoring. I will say it again. Don't let the love you have for your mom make you forget the love of your dad. Okay? I'm gonna play this last part, and again, we all know how much he wanted to provide for this woman. He loved this woman, regardless. And I asked her it was like my last thing. I was just hoping to find something in her, okay, that, I don't know, I could maybe say, well, maybe, you know what, at least she's this. I was looking for something. And so this is I asked her, can you at least honor him? And the reason why I said this, to be clear, is because it's what he was so happy to do. He was so happy to be able to provide for her, make her more famous, because they were the family, and he was happy to do that. And so I asked her, it was like my last thing to ask her, well, can you at least honor him and say that you have what you have because of his hard work? Can you at least do that? It was my last hope. And this is what her answer was. Okay? I don't care about any of y'all coming after me after this. I am Iron Man. Okay?
Listen, can you honor my...
Okay? This is the part that's hard to hear. This is the hard part for me to hear.
My career, years
Okay?
All his hard work he did.
that. I love
You have
the awful things y'all have said.
Begin.
I'm still doing it. I have to plan all that for them.
You did it before. You had no problem before.
I'm still doing it.
Oh, so you...
It was just...
Oh,
So
okay.
don't cut so sick.
What?
All them took them to go get food. Yes. And
What?
then all the awful things y'all... That's the crazy thing for you
You
guys.
said you the
Now
diva.
wake up every single day thinking
With that, right?
that what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven?
Thinking...
You have the life you have because of life.
To not live my life...
You deserve... You say you deserve...
living my life just for Steven. And that.
No.
Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exact all.
Okay.
Because I'm not like, what if? Even after all the awful things y'all have said. Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know.
Like you said, Danny, selfish. I'm not living my life just for Steven. This is how she was in the marriage. This is her position. This is her true colors. Pay attention, people.
As it begins, here it goes. Again, I'm gonna say it again. If you knew him, you knew how much his greatest thing was to provide for this woman and his 3 kids to him. It was his biggest thing. I asked her, could she at least honor that? And I was looking for that last thing. Okay? I was looking for it. This is her response.
And I also deserve this life. The awful things y'all have said. Even after all the awful things y'all have said. Because I'm not that person. I'm doing exactly what I always did. And I also deserve this life. I'm not living my life just for Steven. And I don't know if that's the crazy thing for you guys.
You said you deserve what life?
To not live my life.
You deserve.
for
You said you deserve
It
what
never
life?
was that. I love.
You have the life you have because of Steven, though.
And he is the father of my children, and I celebrate.
You have the life you have because of
Steven. I
Steven.
wake up every single day thinking.
You have the life you have because of Steven. You know that, right? You can agree with that, right?
That what?
That you have the life you have because of Steven. You can agree with that? You can honor him, right?
No, I cannot.
You can honor him in that way? In his hard work? All his hard work he did, you have...
I'm not a friend.
I never said that. I never said that. I'm asking you, you can honor my friend in admitting that you are blessed with the life you have right now because of his hard work.
His hard work and only his?
Okay, and you know what I'm saying. Can you? Yeah, you do.
You're not saying that.
Yeah, but you do, though.
And I think you should tread carefully because I also...
I'm sorry, what?
Started my career years before...
Why don't you tread carefully? Everybody knows it, though.
Knows what?
That you have the... Everybody knows his hard work is why you have the life you have.
No, not everyone thinks that.
What?
Put a one in the chat if you knew of Allison before or after Twitch.
It's public knowledge. You know it, though.
Do you know that every job we've ever worked on, I've made more than him or the same as him?
Allison, stop the cap.
Oh, you didn't know that we made equal?
Allison.
You didn't know that?
Allison, I know producers, I know executives. I just don't go. Allison,
I'm in this, and I'm working in this industry.
Allison, listen. On that end of the conversation, you can't cap.
I don't deserve any of this because
no, you do. But what do you do? What don't you deserve? I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you. I'm not attacking you. I just asked you a simple question. Can you honor my friend in the truth that you are living the life, the blessed life you have? Praise God. Praise God. I'm glad you have a blessed life. But can you honor him that the reason why you have as much as you have, how about that? And the extent that you have is because of my friend's hard work.
I cannot honor that in the way that you're saying.
Well, hey, listen. Again, my only request was that, you allow Connie to talk to those babies as much as she needs to. She needs to connect with her grandkids.
She can call them any day of the week and she doesn't call Emmanuel. That's not my problem.
Okay, well, that's what she's
saying. They all have Wesley's number. Max has his own number. Like, they all can call whenever.
Why do they have to call? Why can't you make an effort? I know I always advocated for my kids to contact their grandparents, their cousins, their families. Why do they have to call you? Why can't you just make it happen? You said you used to set up hotels and flights and everything. Why can't that continue? Because you don't want it.
Well, again, y'all hear that? I am Iron Man. You're done. You're finito. Finished. I would have kept it to myself. I would have taken it to the grave. But you came after my friend. And you came after my friend's mama. And you came after my friend's brothers. And you came after my friend's friends. Then you tried to destroy my friend's image in people's hearts. You put a mask on as if you were trying to be an advocate for him, and I've been quiet. I want you to imagine how hard that is to watch somebody publicly lie on your boy. on his mama. You sure got them kids around that white dude you dating. And guys, when I say white dude, I'm not speaking against white people. I love all my people. What I'm saying is she doesn't have those babies around that black side of the family. It's okay.
And that's where we'll end it, Naughty Crew. At the end of the day, her children need Twitch's family more than ever now. And she's doing everything to isolate them. Why? Because she's trying to hide her truth. Instead of outing her truth and talk about her struggles as being a widower and having to readjust back to life and talking about that, she chose to expose Twitch's trauma for $1. It's ultimately really, really sad, Naughty Crew. I know this was a long live. I've been trying to get to y'all all weekend, but life was just lifing for me too. Let's leave it in the comments. Look, Miss Kaiser said, after Twitch, and what the fuck does she do for a job anyway? She's a dancer. But she gives me Blake Lively vibes. Like, I just think she's a very difficult person, period. Like, she's going to be combative on every level, and who's going to want to work with that? And guess what? She hasn't really been that relevant since Twitch passed. Yes, grown woman, Naughty, they're kids. The adults should be the ones to reach out to the grandmother. Exactly, not the children. And that is your elder. And her daughter calling Twitch's mom by her first name, disrespectful. God respect your elders. But as you can see, she's raising her kids a little different. That's why she keeping them away. Because she don't want them kids to know the real about their father, the truth behind their father. Naughty Crew, I appreciate you all hanging in there with me. Please thumbs up the video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And of course, donations are definitely appreciated. Everything we discussed here falls under fair use commentary. Yeah. Shout out to Manny Cross. And I'm going to be looking for more receipts to bring you the updates, Naughty Crew. I love you all, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. And I'm going to try to go live this evening because I got more stories. Like, I want to get into DJ Academics calling himself exposing Drake and LeBron James. He's saying that Drake helped LeBron cheat on his wife, Savannah. Interesting. I'm going to watch the blogs today to see what comes out, what develops out of that story. All right. I love you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1.